Guys, Metal Breakdown here. So yeah, before I did this album review, I only knew 3 songs by Sevendust. Yeah, only 3. Dirty, Not Original, and Denial, which is the only song from their older stuff that I knew. But now at least I know a full album, like in its entirety, and that's the new album, All I See Is War. I knew there was a 3rd single. It's called Medicated, but I was not able to listen to it on time, so I heard it for the first time while doing this album review, and I was really looking forward to that album because the 2 singles that I've heard were really good, really different, but really good, so I was hype as fuck, especially hearing the older song Denial. I'm doing another reaction for Sevendust soon for their song Praise, which will probably be insane as well as all their other stuff. But today, the reason I'm here is to do the album review of their new album, All I See Is War. And yeah, in this video, I might not be able to compare it to their previous album because yeah, I don't know them yet. I will know them in the future, but not yet. So subscribe if you don't want to miss anything because I'll really do like their entire discography. They're way too good to not do that. So yeah, in this video I will focus mainly on the top 5, and this will be kind of from an outsider perspective since I don't know all their other album, but anyway, this will focus more on the top 5, but I'll still talk about the album in general. So let's fucking do this, guys, for the album review of All I See Is War by Sevendust. First of all, this album is really good from the start to finish. Really, I was blown away. After hearing Not Original, I thought it would be really a mix of both tracks for the entire album. I thought it would be like one heavy song, one soft song, one heavy, or something like this, but it's really not the case. The album is more like dirty, but even heavier than this sometimes, so I'm even more happy with this because I love heavy stuff better than soft stuff, but Not Original was so good that I wouldn't have mind an album entirely like that because of how well it's done. So yeah, Not Original is not in my top 5, but it's in my honorable mention, so you see that I really loved it. Other songs in my honorable mentions before I start with this top 5, God Bites His Tongue, Sickness, and Medicated, and Not Original, like I said. Now in the top 5, in the 5th position I went with Ryzen. It was really hard to pick only 5 songs for the top 5 because yeah, that's what a fucking top 5 is. You have to only pick 5. If you pick 6, this will be a top 6. This one is a bit better than all the honorable mentions, but barely better than God Bites His Tongue, which broke my heart not to put it in my top 5 because I really love this one as well. I think the thing that made me pick this one instead is probably the lyrics that are just so good. It's also slightly heavier than God Bites His Tongue. I think that all the fans will really love this one and might even put it higher than me, like in the top 3 probably. Still one of my favorite though, and that part with the chorus is just so fucking brutal and so damn good. So yeah, like I said, I think that this one will be a fan favorite. I don't know why, but I really think that people will like the shit out of this song. Now in the 4th position I went with Unforgiven. The intro is so good it gave me chills. After that the song starts with some heavy riff and super aggressive vocals. I feel like this song could be the heaviest on the album with the song The Truth, which is the last song on the album. Even though it's super heavy with a lot of unclean vocals, They were able to really balance everything right and give us a good catchy chorus. This song fits also really well with the next song, Sickness. That is also one of my favorite songs on the album, even though it did not make my top 5. Like I told you before, it's in my honorable mention. But I feel like Sickness will also be a fan favorite. I might be entirely wrong, but this is just how I feel, so... Yeah, now in the top 3 I went with Dirty. This is the first Sevendust song that I ever heard, so this one will probably have a special place in my heart forever. I did not know at first, but this song describes what this band is able to do the best. It has a heavy part and the main riff is super catchy, and there's also a bunch of really catchy melodic parts. It's also a really great pick as a first single, since it's a good indicator of what this entire album, All I See Is War, will be about. And they're even saying so, all I see is war, a couple of times in the song, so it's kind of the title track, I would say, even though it's not named All I See Is War. So yeah, it was a good idea to release that one first. There's also a small solo that could be longer in it, but it's already good the way it is, so yeah. In the second position, I went with The Truth. When I hit that last song on the album, I thought that the best was already behind me, but I was so fucking wrong. This one kicks off with super groovy riff, and after that you have some really aggressive vocals. When we hit the first chorus, everything just flows so naturally. I love it way more when bands end an album with super heavy song like this one, instead of with ballad like what Parkway Drive did with their last album, Reverence, that was released last Friday. If you have heard that album, you know that The Color of Leaving, the last track, is just the softest one on the album, and in my opinion, that's not a good way to end an album. You want people to remember this album with a bang, not slowly fading away, you know? In the second part of the song, when he's saying, "Say my name," there's some kind of a breakdown, and it's just way too good. I was really surprised by this. It made my dad love it so much. The combination of all this element makes this song one of the best on the album, truly. And now, which one I picked is my favorite? This will surprise a lot of people, I'm sure about that. But I went with Moments. This is so good that I had to put it like in my top 3, even as my favorite song. And I'm sure that this will not be a fan favorite. I might be wrong again. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing a lot of prediction on this album review, so like I said, everything might be wrong, but this is just what I think. In my opinion, it's a really great song. It sounds so good with the piano. It takes a lot of space during some part, but not too much for me. It was just really good to hear that. I also really like the fast-paced riff right before the chorus, and the drumming was insanely good on this one. But you have to know that it's really the chorus that made me love this one so much. Hands down the best chorus on the entire All I See Is War album. The part with the whoa, whoa, I don't remember how it was in that song, but I remember that there was some whoa in some of the parts, like past the half mark of the song, I think. But after that, you just have a super huge drum fill before Sevendust is giving you the greatest solo on the entire album. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating, it was that good. And I will never get enough of this song, and hopefully the fans of this band will love it as much as I do, because this song is really something. And I already cannot wait to re-listen to it, and not only to this one, but to the entire album. So I discovered Dirty like 2 months ago, I would say, and I'm a fan of this band ever since. I really hope to be able to see them live someday. That would be really cool, but I think they're not doing a lot of shows in Canada. I'm doing some shows in the United States as well, so I might be able to catch them there. We'll see, but I'm sure I'll have a chance. sometimes. So I'm really grateful to all of you suggest Sevendust, because this band is really great. And it's cool to see that even after a lot of albums, I don't know how many they did, but I know they did at least like 10 albums. And yeah, they're active since the 90s. So it's cool that even after all these years, they're still making new fans, and I'm the proof of that. So keep doing what you're doing, Sevendust. You're amazing, and I cannot wait to discover more of your album in the near future. This will be awesome. So let me know what you think of this brand new album, All I See Is War, if you have heard it already. It's out next Friday. I cannot wait to have the physical in my hand, and I strongly suggest you guys to do the same. They need our support to become even bigger as a band, so support this band. When the album will be released, just go at your record store and pick up one album, or just purchase it via the internet. This is also a good way to do it, so I count on all of you. So that was my album review of All I See Is War by Sevendust. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Tell me if you agree with me. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. But most importantly, take care, guys. I'll see you all later.